Hey everybody, it's Kyle from Growing Up Garden. On today's episode, I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple trellis using some 2x4s and some wire mesh. So let's get started. Alright guys, so this is where I'm going to put my trellis. So this is actually my testing bed that I've been testing out 5 different soil mixes using different products. And if you guys want to check that series out, I'll put a link in the description down below. You guys can watch all those videos. I've been showing this every week, so you guys can see the difference in growth. So let's start off with the first step to building your trellis. So what you want to do is you want to measure the area you're going to put your trellis in. So you want to hook your tape on the end of your raised bed, if you have a raised bed, and you want to bring it over to the edge. And you want to measure this part right here, and then what you want to do is you want to add 3 inches to it, because you're going to have a board that goes on top. It's going to be like that, and it's going to sit just like this. You're going to have a post that comes up, and then you're going to have the top board is going to sit like that, and it's going to sit 1.5 inches over that mark. So you want to add 3 inches to that because you have 2 2x4s. So we're going to go cut that first board right now. Alright guys, so the next step is you guys are going to want to make a notch down the center of your 2x4 that's 1/4 inch wide and 1/2 inch deep. And the reason we're going to do that is it's for the wire mesh so that it can get tucked up inside there, and it actually gives it some strength and it gives it a nice clean look on both sides. You want to do that on your top board and your side post board, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that. And if you guys aren't able to make a notch in your board, I'm going to show you another technique that you can use to attach your mesh to your boards. Alright guys, so I use my table saw to make my notch down the center of my board, and all you got to do is mark a center line and then line it up with the center of the saw blade. And I have a dado head saw blade in here that's 1/4 inch wide setup, and yeah, so it's just you can also measure 1 3/4 over to the center of this saw blade, and I'm going to cut this out and show you guys what that looks like. Alright guys, the next thing you want to do is attach your posts, and you want to make sure you throw a level on it and make sure it's level. And then I'm using 3-inch deckmate screws. These are great screws to use for any outdoor project, or I use them for everything. Super strong and durable. They got the T25 bit for the driver. And yeah, so you want to make sure you pre-drill your holes so you don't crack your wood. And these are 3-inch screws that I'm using. You guys can use whatever you want, whatever you have laying around. So that's that. We'll do the same for the top board, and I'll show you guys how we attach the mesh to the boards. Okay guys, so this is how we're going to attach the wire mesh to the wood. I use these sheet metal screws. They're made for metal roofing. They have a little washer on them with a rubber, like a gasket, and these work great for pinching down the wire. It holds it against the wood really good. So I'll throw a couple of these in to show you how I do it. Maybe every 6 inches or so. Just like that. And that's pretty simple. And if you guys aren't able to make this notch, I'm going to show you another way to attach this to your wood. Hey, I wanted to show you guys how I cut the wire mesh. I use some electrical dikes, and it's probably the easiest way to cut it. I'll show you. Super simple, super easy. Definitely get one of these. Okay, here's the other method. And most people aren't going to be able to make notches in their wood, so you just get some electrical staples, and all you got to do is, let's see here, throw a couple staples in it every 6 inches or so, just like that. And that's another easy method that you guys can use. Works really good. So I'll get back to you guys when the trellis is all finished. And I'm going to show you guys some other examples of how I'm using this right now. Alright guys, before I show you the final trellis that I made, I want to show you some ones that I made about 2 months ago. This one right here I made using the notch technique. It's got Native American runner beans growing up on it, and they're about 7 feet tall right now. And then on the other side, I've got, let's see, I've got some kagutsa squash or gourds and pinto beans growing. And I used the staple method on this side. Just got some electrical staples and pounded them in some wood. And then I also used zip ties to hold it up. And then once everything grows up on it, it looks really good. Gives you a nice green wall. And then I'll show you guys how I hold up my tomato plants. I use the same wire mesh with some stakes and zip ties, and it seems to work really good. I've done this for the last 2 seasons, and I just single stem my tomatoes up this, and you guys can see how big they get. And I get the wire mesh at Home Depot. It's $7.98 a sheet, and they come in 42-inch by 84-inch sheets. So it's a really good deal, quick and easy method. So, all right, guys, I will get back to you when the trellis is all done, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, guys, here's the finished trellis. Took me about an hour and a half to make, and I definitely think that you guys can do it too. So, if you guys like this episode, please subscribe for more episodes like this and for more gardening how-to videos. And we will see you guys next time.